That sort of was hard to say.
Equipment only.
Here's a favourite old bush song, and we'd like you all to sing along.
The old gum tree.
Welcome to the Thunda Down Under. The all-Aussie alternative and metal music showcase.
Fly a flag on your aerial.
And how about your host, eh? Kane Vella Fella. This is a shitty language warning. There is shitty language all throughout this show.
What's going on, cunts? We're Brickfist Bushrangers.
And we're here live from the Elder Bar in Hobart, Tasmania. I'm Nate Maurice on the bass and backing vocals.
I'm Charlie on the drums.
I'm Rama and I'm on the Jadis and vocals.
The what, sorry?
Jadis.
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 The B.
The
Jadis?
big J. The big J and the Jadis.
He's the B. Jadis.
He's the Jadis.
Oh yeah.
And the big hitter on the drums.
Yes sir.
Welcome to another episode of the Thunda Down Under with your host, that Vella Fella, and of course, our feature band straight out of Tasmania, the Brickfist Bushrangers, coming at ya with another 2.5 hour jam-packed episode of All Aussie Beef. Guys, that track you just heard was, of course, the Brickfist Bushrangers as featured with their interview in and throughout the show. That was a single of theirs titled Goblin Shit. Keep your ear in, guys. Another winner will be announced of our monthly listeners draw. That's right. All you got to do is listen in, hear your name, and get in touch. It's that easy. Anyhow, let's keep up the pace, shall we?
just need to chill out. I don't drink beer. I drink grade V's, and that's all you'll catch me drinking ever.
Oof. On the heavies.
And for me, hands down, the best beer on planet Earth, Tasmania, Australia, anywhere, St. George. Nothing better in life than a carton of St. George.
Easy.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go for a hard agree on that one. Definitely St. George is my favourite Australian beer.
Yeah.
If I'm going on the mainland, I'll go in every pub looking for a St. George. Sadly, they don't have it outside of... Sadly, they don't have it outside of Tasmania.
I'm from far north Queensland, man. We get Bogue's Premium, and in my opinion, it's the worst of their beers.
Yep.
Like, it's the weakest of their beers.
Both lagers, yuck.
Well, I'm from North Queensland too, and that's why I love a good old Bundaberg. So that's mine. I don't know, I think I'd rather that over St. George, to be honest.
Bundy rum.
Yeah, Bundy rum. Bit of Bundy rum.
Yeah.
Gets me going.
There's a reason.
Good beer, that one.
There's a reason this man wears yellow balaclava and full Bundy out. Like, yeah.
Yeah, where is
That makes
Bundy
sense.
pajamas on
That makes
stage?
sense.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree on that one. St. George is definitely the best Australian beer.
I'll add in a fun fact real quick. So my mum's boyfriend, Scotty, the other day sent me a photo of like a cut-out Bundy bear.
Scotty!
Yeah, Scotty!
Scotty does it.
Anyway, keep going.
Scotty does, unfortunately.
Scotty does know,
And
unfortunately.
he gave it to me, hanging up in my room. He'll be coming on tour next time we go on tour, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
stuff.
Cool.
Yo, this is your boy Jeff T, and I'm listening to Thunder Down Under with Kane Vella Fella, right here on Front Row Radio.
end that segment was a little ditty from our featured band, the Tasmanian Brickfist Bushrangers, titled Goblin Shit. The Brickfist Bushrangers are a three-piece hardcore metal band based upon the northwest coast of Tasmania. At the beginning of January, they released a single on Spotify titled Escape the Misery, which has gained over 2,000 streams within the past 2 months. They've also released their second single titled Goblin Shit, as we just heard, which is doing significantly well. Last month, they released their debut EP, Tassie Takeover, which includes 6 tracks of brutal, fast-paced destruction. So go check that one out, guys, on your favorite platform. They played a couple of private gigs and a public gig at a pub rock diner in Devonport, which was a massive success. So far, they have played at the Devonport RSL, where they headlined in a local metal showcase. They also recently supported Tranquility Unknown on their Broken Silent album tour with the mighty Tidewalker. And coming up in November, they'll be opening for the almighty Gutterlax at the Altar Bar in Hobart. Something to pop on your calendar indeed. Guys, stick around if you liked that track. Well, we got some more to look forward to coming up in the show. Also, we're checking out the interview I had with those guys, so stay tuned. We then kicked on with a track from the femme-fronted crust death metal band from Melbourne, Cunt Squad. That track was titled Eat Your Entrails. Third up in the segment, guys, the Aussie tyrants of death and thrash metal. That was, of course, Armored Angel and their single Enigmatize. And finishing up that segment, Buried in Verona, Extraction.
This is Steiny here from Incinerated and Vestal Cunt Vomit, and you're listening to the Thunder Down Under on Front Row Radio. Cheers for supporting our mates' channel and keep supporting Aussie metal.
what makes us unique, I'd say definitely the energy that we bring to the stage, especially as a three-piece. It's definitely hard to do when I'm stuck on the drum kit and fucking Rimo's stuck at the microphone. And that's why we've introduced our new hype man, Leslie. And we've got Nate on the bass, likes to go pretty feral every now and then.
I just like yelling at cunts.
Yeah. For a piece?
So we're a three-piece.
You got a
band,
hype man.
And then we've got a hype man.
Sounds a bit like Tism.
Yes.
Very similar,
Yeah, very similar. Yeah.
Jump around and fucking bump the
Got
crowd.
bellies and shit on too.
I'd say our most unique feature, every show will be unpredictable. It won't be the same.
Yeah.
We'll have
absolutely.
something wicked, silly, stupid, exciting, whatever you want to call it, on.
If we have an idea, we're going to...
Yeah. I'd say if someone from the outside was to describe our performances, it would be fun. Like we're a fun band and pretty fucked as well. Yeah. I'd say the number one way to describe our performances is fun.
Sometimes in Australia, fucked is a good way to explain something that's great.
Yeah.
It's something that's awesome.
St. George is fucked.
Fuck yeah, St. George. Fucking A.
This is Ethan from Snakes, and you're listening to the Thunder Down Under on Front Row Radio.
How many are my foes? How many rise up against me? Many are saying of me, God will not deliver him. But you, Lord, are a shield around me. My glory, the one who lifts my head high. I call out to the Lord and he answers me from his holy mountain. I lie down and sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. I will not fear. The tens of thousands assail me on every side. Arise, Lord. Deliver me, my God. Strike all my enemies on the jaw. Break the teeth of the wicked.
That there, guys, was one of my projects by the name of Snakes. That was one of our singles, The Wicked Ones. We're currently a two-piece studio-based outfit. And smacking straight into that section was Vestal Cunt Vomit with their track, Death Chamber Fuck. And speaking of two-piece studio-based outfits, these guys are based in both Melbourne and Hobart, and both of those members, one of whom is a very good friend of mine, Justin Stoneweiss, are and were a part of several big-name acts from Australia, including Incinerated, The Nihilistic Front, Maleficium, Iconic Vivisect, and Belligerent Intent. Vestal Cunt Vomit was originally formed in Melbourne in 2020. They play war metal, a genre that features the most primal, aggressive, and raw elements of both black metal and death metal. They have 3 releases so far: Beast Among Vermin 2020, Slaughter for Satan 2022, and Barbaric Supremacy 2024. They are also currently in the process of recording new material, something to look bloody forward to. Then guys, our 2 middle tracks in that section was 2 bands that need no introduction: Whale VA with their track Hunting Room, and Thy Art Is Murder, Holy War.
So you're telling me this now, on a Friday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon when I'm already at the pub, you can go f yourself. If you don't have a mullet, you're a pussy. If you don't enjoy beer, then you're a pussy. There needs to be more people like us tradies in the world, because right now there's just a bunch of soft cocks running around. Yeah, it might rain. Fuck this, calling it off. Boys, hit the pub. I dropped out of school in year 10, got myself a trade, got myself a job, while these dickheads spend another 2 years of school, then another 4 years at university to get a degree, and they can't even find a job. Who's the dumb now? Not me.
The Thunder Down Under!
So, favourite gigs we played, definitely my birthday. It was a proper gig. Took me about an hour and a half to actually get outside and play the show.
He was fucked.
Yeah, old mate was a bit too fucked over here, so it was a fun night. Like, you know, the whole crowd was coming in and out of the shed.
Yeah, it was just all
having
about
a bit of
mates.
mosh.
Yeah, as fucked as you were, it was probably one of the tightest shows we've ever played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mate said that I was playing two notes.
Did you listen to it back?
Yeah. Oh,
You should see.
So tight.
I loved it.
Yeah, you should see some of the footage. It took this cunt 30 minutes to put the bass on the guitar stand. He was that fucked up.
Probably the most rolling in the back of the head and all.
Probably the most fucked you ever, like, you know, see me playing, and I've learnt not to do that again. I'd rather play the gig sober. Or
Too many St. George's.
Yeah.
And Bundaberg.
A few extra bundies.
Who eats the bundies?
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm from Queensland too. I know what they do to people.
Yeah. Bundy shot,
Mutation.
Bundy can. And a lot more Bundy shots too.
Oh shit, eh? St. George keeps you regular by the sound of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty tame. Pretty tame.
Opening up that segment, we had Corpse Flesh with their single Rearranged with a 12 gauge brutal death metal. That one there was submitted by the guitarist, bass and vocals of that project, Ewan Lambert, which takes us through to the third track in that segment, which was another one of Ewan's projects, Dripped. Their single, Dystopiate, slamming brutal death metal in the vein of Inherent Disease, Molested Divinity, and Defeated Sanity. Ewan is hailing from Yanchep in Western Australia, has been keeping very busy with his contributions to the scene, being Dripped and Corpse Flesh, as we just heard, as well as Ectoplasmorphus, Face Grinder, Space Grind, and Impure Violation, all of which I will have the pleasure of airing on future shows. Our second track in that segment, guys, we kicked into some noise rock from Sydney, Australia with Z-Horse, their single Drano. And tying off the bow on that pretty little segment was, of course, the mighty Blood Duster with their 2007 single Piss Stomper.
Yeah.
Charlie, drummer. My favourite gig would have to be when we played the Devonport RSL. I love that gig because it was, I just loved looking in the crowd and seeing all the smiles on the kids' faces that were in the mosh pit, and everyone was just having so much fun. And it was pretty personal as well. Like the stage is like 3 centimetres off the ground, and everyone was right up the front just having the time of their lives. Yeah, it's definitely a core memory for me.
Really resonated, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I just love seeing other people have fun to our music, especially since it's just music that we've put together in Rimo's shed, and then we come play it on the stage and everyone's just having the time of their lives.
Yeah.
It really makes me feel good inside.
That's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Special mention to Uncle Cliff for being an absolute loose unit on the stage. He was
fucking Cliff.
Even though he was up there all the time, we still love him. We still love him. Mad cunt.
Anything else, Dad?
Yeah, no, I'd be saying my favourite gig would have to be the Chaos Night Tappers last year. It was like, that was our 3rd gig, I think. No, 4th. That would have been our 4th gig, and that just had so many highlights in it. We got Logan from Tranquility and Dutchy from Carmen and Chaos up to sing a cover of Spite, Killer Be Killed.
Fuck
and,
yeah.
And they belted it. It was the fucking peak of the night. Shit went crazy.
Yeah, that was fucking nuts. Yeah, in saying that, we're a fresh band. Like, we've only been together for a year, and our first gig was actually a year ago last week. A year ago last week.
Last Saturday,
Yeah, last Saturday. And from going to
This is your anniversary, guys.
Yeah, it's our anniversary,
Oh, fuck, eh?
Yeah, we went from playing to 7 people at the Burnie Sound Shell, being last on, and now we're open and here for Tranquility Unknown at the Altar Bar in Hobart.
Sheffield City Hall.
And we've got a fucking gnarly mosh pit.
It's happened pretty quick, hasn't it?
Yeah, it just feels amazing. Yeah.
Like that, jump up to another level, playing out on stage presence, fucking everything. Our songwriting, I don't know if I'm talking myself up a bit, but we're just very confident in what we do.
Yeah.
And we want to fucking make a statement in Tasmania. Scrap that. Not Tasmania.
This is Tasmania.
Fuck yeah. Tasmania.
He's got that scrawled upon his whole torso, by the way.
Yeah. From top to bottom. It definitely feels really good. From where we started, playing in Burnie, to where we are now, playing in Hobart. And we've got as many cunts coming early to see us. It just feels great.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for coming out to see us. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Excellent, guys.
Yeah.
I was trying to do an interview with Lab Coat Fiasco, and just the wash of sound was a little too much to try and record.
Yeah.
And well done.
Thanks, mate.
Like we were in the green room and it was just fucking heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
So
I think we helped.
you did that. You all did that. Yeah. Well done, guys. Fuck yeah. historical Mortal Sin there with their track I Am Immortal. Before that, guys, we had some thrash metal from Enforce. That track was titled Where Did She Go? Founded in 1997, Enforce has been unleashing its unique brand of thrash metal for 28 years. Since forming, Enforce has played multiple local gigs wherever possible in their own state of Western Australia, as well as landing some high-profile national and international supports. These include Destroyer 666, The Berserker, Behemoth, Obituary, Pungent Stench, and Creator, as well as their first national tour supporting Cryptopsy back in 2006. Then there was the international festival Rock in Solo in 2011 with Death Angel, Cataclysm, Derange, Gigantor, Bandasso, Down for Life, and Burger Kill. Enforce has had 5 releases since its inception. The demo, Premonition in 1998, and LPs Campfire Night and Message of Death in 2000 and 2003. Respectively, their third album, Biblikill, was distributed through Green Media on April 2011. And then, guys, in 2021, they released Deep Blue as an independent release. Definitely quite the discography to look into if you enjoyed that track. Look them up, Enforce. Second up in that segment, guys, the Tassie Boys, Alpha Wolf, with their track Bring Back the Noise. And the first track in that segment, guys, some gritty grind and groovy death from the little town of Eucalyptus Springs, now based in Perth. We had Bloody Poop with a track from their collection of stupid songs about stupid humans. That was Sexually Transmitted Idiots.
Hey everybody, this is Shannon Slaughter from Nasama, and you are listening to that Thunder Down Under here on Front Row Radio.
no mercy in his head. The power be illegally for dead. Killer, 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 master. I'm the healer, blood killer, witch killer. I'm the healer, cop killer, fake killer. I'm the healer, blood killer, witch killer. I'm the healer, god killer, go killer. Diamond back, lemon walls, punch the wounds, cut them all. Rage and monster witch brawl. Backlash, battle cry, curveball, push the road to the edge. No sense, sorrow, forgiveness. I'm the healer, the blood spiller, the witch killer. I'm the healer. Killer, 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 master. Twinkle, projectility, reptile, in the whirlwind, whirlwind, the case letting me like something new. Who was the slave, master of you, abomination, hallucination, revenge is dinner, wishes for dinner. I'm the healer, the Godzilla, the fake killer, I'm the killer. I'm the healer, blood killer, witch killer. I'm the healer, cop killer, fake killer. I'm the healer, blood killer, witch killer. I'm the healer, Godzilla, girl killer. Rolling and wrestling and wrestling inside. Someone from the wicked to the demise. Proud and weak, demonic pieces. Wanting for blood, full of pagan creatures. Like an face, his eyes like this, the sons of Iron, it's
Australians. If you are seeing me now, it means I have been murdered.
They sat me behind a bookshelf in my classroom because they didn't know what to do with me and banned me from everything.
Oh, you're probably wondering what I'm doing. You're not going to believe my topic of conversation today. It's about squat toilets. You're saying what?
And I will take you out for a halal snack pack out in the western suburbs of Sydney whenever you want.
Not happening. Not interested in halal, thank you. Not interested in it. I don't believe in halal certification.
Live in a cohesive society.
You love your Islam bit, don't you?
Squat toilets? Right, you got to squat to use them. So anyway, it's totally confusing.
Are you xenophobic?
Please explain.
Xenophobia means a fear of all things foreign.
The Thunder Down Under. that was a nice journey. We kicked off that segment with a Tasmanian band called Nasama with their track Death Mask. Nasama are a 5-piece heavy metal band from Hobart with thrash and death metal influences, playing all original work. The main songwriter is our guitarist Ben Wallace, while Shannon Slaughter is our lyricist and vocalist. Second up, guys, we had a single from the psychedelic rockers King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. That was a track called Gila Monster off their 24th studio album, Petro Dragonic Apocalypse. Third up, Sleep Makes Waves, a nice little instrumental from those guys titled Menthol. And then, guys, finishing up that segment, we came back to Tasmania with Van Diemen with one of their latest singles titled A Patient Man. And they've also released an absolutely ripper music video to accompany that one. So get on the tube, like and subscribe, and check out Van Diemen. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Oi, oi, oi! This is Finn.
This is Anton.
And we're from the band Rise from Ashes, and you are listening to the Thunder Down Under on Front Row Radio.
Take a cover, the safety set the bridge.
Favourite Australian influence?
Fucking Dead
Kelly.
Dead Kelly.
Oh,
Easily Dead Kelly. Where are they? Queensland?
Oh.
Yandina.
Yandina.
Yep,
Yandina.
Another place up Queensland.
Yeah, far cry away from Taswegia. But
Yeah.
Fuck going to America. I want to go to Yandina.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 1, can't.
You're not American.
So I guess in the segment we're gonna put some Dead Kelly in there.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Australian made. Any of this song, I don't care.
Gonna have
we don't
to.
care.
Sick.
Yeah, me and
Whatever. Surprise.
Yep.
Yeah, me and Rimo listened to Dead Kelly all the way from fucking Devonport to Hobart.
Yeah.
So, get the energy right.
Yeah.
For some inspo, motivation.
Getting the right headspace.
Yeah.
Nice, guys.
I've got to say, another band that I'm inspired by, Rimo is too, probably Charlie too, Damage from Melbourne.
Oh, fucking Damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know Damage. Imagine that.
They're in our last episode.
What?
Yep.
Wait, you mean like Grindcore?
Of course, Damage.
Kings of Melbourne.
In our large and mine snare. Yeah, we'll put them in the same segment, and they're on the last episode of the Thunder Down Under.
Thunder Down Under.
Aussie!
Oi, oi, oi! How you going, everyone? This is Brendan from Tungsten. Big shout out to Kane. We'll be listening to Thunder Down Under on Front Row Radio. See you there.
really tight. Yeah, we're getting stronger every time I ponder. I got community, you feel it too. I got the same things in my head that you do. I got community, you feel it too. The same emotions as you. That you do. I got, yeah, the same things in my head that you do. That you do. I got, yeah, the same things in my head that you do. We grip positivity, smack down on a fascist scene. Me now in a time machine, never going backward, prison getting fractured. Lift up on a melody, fist up on a daydream. Love shot for the refugee, growing up stronger, ending all the hunger. I got community, you feel it too. I got the same things in my head that you do. I got community, you feel it too. The same emotions as you. That you do. I got, yeah, the same things in my head that you do. That you do. I got, yeah, the same things in my head that you do. The same things in my head that you do. Can you feel it too? Same things in my head that you do. That's why we're keeping on the memory of a new trap felony. Upside down, then they hit you with a new law. Better not a place and kick it evermore. Keeping on the memory of a new trap felony. Of a new trap felony. Better not a place and kick it evermore. Upside down when they hit you with a new law. Never time to play, get your back against another wall. Upside down, hit you with a new law. Like a match truck evermore. Hit me up about it when you get a chance to tap it on the screen and fuse your vision up a waterfall. Hit me up about it when you get a chance to tap it on the screen and fuse your vision up a waterfall. That you do. I got, yeah, the same things in my head that you do. That you do. I got, yeah, the same things in my head that you do. Same things in my head that you do. Can you feel it too? I got the same things in my head that you do. The same emotions as you.
We just started out in Melbourne with a somewhat gentcore / groovy metalcore band that goes by the name of Rise From Ashes with their single Cursed. Those guys are currently working on new material for 2026 and are working alongside Outcast booking on multiple shows for the future. Keep an eye out for those guys. Then we headed on over to Perth, Western Australia with hard rock metal outfit Tungsten. Tungsten have made a name in the local music scene with their unique brand of rock. The catchy rhythms, the soulful vocals, and the killer leads combine to leave the crowds headbanging for more. We then checked out a couple of alt rock icons, being Carnival with their new track Drone, fresh off the press, and of course the last track was by none other than Mammal, released in 2018. That was Community.
Once survived from the dawn of evolution to
This is Sean from Wings of Thunderdays, and you're listening to the Thunder from Down Under on Front Row Radio. Cheers.
story from tonight. As we mentioned before, we had Les come out as our hype man, and he thought it would be a great idea to have a shot of Jaeger and a fucking one of those beers they stocked in the fucking green room.
Oh, Moogers.
Yeah. So yeah, he's jumped in the crowd. He's done a couple laps of the crowd, and then I've noticed, where the fuck's Les? And then he came up to me on stage and he was like, Ryan, I don't have beers before the fucking hype man shit. I just fucking threw up and it's all over me belly. And I'm like,
You should be like, fuck yeah, hype man.
Yeah, he come up to me after the show. He came back out though. He come up to me after the show and he's like, don't look at my belly. You'll probably be sick if you see it. He fucking showed me. It's just spew all down the front of it.
Oh, fuck.
We had a few people in the crowd there with the bellies on.
Yeah.
We couldn't tell the one that smelled like vomit, but they all did.
So that's a good crowd.
We'll throw them out left, right, centre. Fucking everyone.
Yeah, we
that one.
we just throw out a bunch of free bellies just to get people involved.
Yeah, first people front and centre get a belly.
Yeah,
it's a good way to go about it. This is like fucking,
it's like a bit of free merch. Everyone loves that.
Yeah.
Nice guys. So,
Like a hurricane arriving, look around.
we just heard Dead Kelly, Don't Trust No C-U-N-T, who happen to be one of the major influences of our featured band, the Brickfist Bushrangers. You can definitely hear it in their music. Before that, we had some power metal from Wicked Smile. That track was titled Nighttime Riders from their EP release in 2023. And their debut album is set to be released this year. So keep your ears out for that one. Second up in the set, Wings of Thanatos, with a single from their upcoming debut album. That track is titled The Fragmented Self. And we kicked off with a bit of a blast from the past, Sunk Lotto, Make You Feel. Guys, that brings us to the announcement of the winner of this month's Random Listeners Draw. And this month's winner is Daniel Goodall of Curramundi in Queensland. That's right, Daniel. If you're listening, mate, drop us your postal address on my Facebook Messenger, Kane Moose Knuckle Vella, and I'll be sure to have a pretty little prize package on its way to you as soon as possible, courtesy of the absolute legends that are supporting the show and supporting our listeners, all the bands that have contributed to the prize pool as far. You know who you are. Thanks a bunch. If you're an artist and you want to contribute to that prize pool, let me know. Get in touch on Facebook and we'll make it happen.
FBI, open up! With
So who does our producing and recording? We have an EP ready to launch, ready to go. We've got 6 tracks, and it was produced by Tom Pinner from Devonport. He's played in bands such as Midnight Ablaze, and he's currently got a solo project going called Holdfast, and he just does all of his own recording. Just out of a spare
one-man army.
Yeah, just one-man army.
Weapon.
Yeah, he is an absolute machine. Yeah, did it all himself. Managed to work with us, and it wasn't easy because we must have been hard to work with. But
every 2 seconds we were like up and about doing like something dumb, or I don't know, just mucking around.
Yeah,
and
just mucking.
Yeah, he has a lot of patience, that bloke, but in the end, he has produced a fucking wicked EP.
Yeah.
We cannot wait to release it. Like, we're more than keen. We've released 2 singles so far.
Yep, we've released 2 singles so far called Escape the Misery. We released that on New Year's Day at 12 a.m. And we've got another single that's released called Goblin Shit.
Goblin Shit.
Goblin Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just goes wild.
Can't imagine what that's about, but hey.
Yeah, it's either about goblin shit or goblin shit. Yeah. You know?
So, how'd you come across this guy?
Well, me and Ramo actually went to the gym with him. Didn't train for him or anything, but we recognised him, and we know that he does his own shit. So I think Ramo hit him up one day and was like, "Oh, do you feel like producing like a metal band, like from us from Tasmania, Devonport?" And he was down. Never produced anyone else's music before apart from his own.
Yeah, we were his first outside project.
Sick.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was a great experience for both of us, learning the production workflow.
So, he's got his own production name.
Control S Productions.
Control
Pretty
S
sure
Productions.
that's the name.
Sweet.
I try to recollect the moments lost in time, but everything I love has gone.
Plans for the future are just more shows, fucking
more music.
Yeah, just
Writing
release
more shit.
everything, get
Yeah.
the tours going, just fucking you name it, anything we can do. We're gonna give it a crack.
Yeah, fucking take over the metal scene, especially in Tasmania. We're just here to fucking go wild.
Tassie takeover, that's the plans for
Tassie fucking takeover. We also plan doing more fun shit on stage, more interactive stuff with the crowd. Anything stupid, silly, exciting, we're gonna do.
Fuck yeah, we had Les come out with a fucking guitar today.
Yeah. Just think of something stupid, tell us to do it, and we'll fucking do it. Yeah. That's just how it's gonna be.
Do it.
Just do it.
Sweet. Big things to come.
Yes, sir.
Guys, you just listened to another track from our feature band, the Brickfist Bushrangers from over here in Tasmania. That was Escape the Misery, taken from their recently released EP, Tassie Takeover. Go and check that out. If you've been keeping up with the interview, very interesting band. I believe we're going to be hearing a lot from those guys as we continue to track their progress right here on the show. First track in that segment, guys, we went over to Ballarat with a band called Distorter. That track was titled Dead Man, and it's off their Dead Man EP. The core themes of the Dead Man EP center around conflict, death, and redemption. Distorter continues to fuse elements of groove, death, power, and thrash metal into their sound, with choruses you can sing along to, combined with the insane growls and screams of lead singer Dmitry Karametsky. It also has heavy grooving riffs that punch you right in the guts from the get-go. Distorter's lineup for this EP includes James Bogus and Dom Davey on guitars, Dave Pradanovich on bass, I hope I got that right, Chris Hanrahan on drums, and Dmitry Karametsky commanding the stage with his presence and powerful vocals. Deafening Sins is the first single from the EP and is accompanied by a music video available on YouTube that captured scenes of the band having fun and a few too many beers on a weekend away mixing tracks for this release. Guys, that EP is currently available on all major streaming platforms. Check it out. Dead Man allows fans to experience the intensity of the band from the comfort of their lounge chair. Guitarist James Bogus has shared his excitement about their second EP, saying, "We feel we have improved the overall sound and production on the Dead Man EP. We have created songs for metal lovers to pump their fists and bang their heads to." Chris Hanrahan, the drummer, says the video for the first single, Deafening Sins, captures the essence of what Distorter is all about, having fun and not taking ourselves too seriously. In the middle of that segment, guys, we had the mighty Iron Stone with Moments Lost in Time. Those guys are Australian progressive deathcore band hailing from Melbourne. And that brings us to the closing of another episode of The Thunder Down Under. Congratulations again to the winner of our monthly prize draw, Daniel Goodall from Currimundi, Queensland. I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks to all the artists that have contributed to the show, contributed to the prize pool. Keep the submissions coming, keep the merch coming, and thank you most of all for tuning in. Don't forget, guys, we got that YouTube channel cranking, so if you miss any episodes of the show, you will be able to catch it once the month is through up there on the YouTube channel. Hope you've enjoyed, guys. You've been on the Thunder Down Under on Front Row Radio with your host, That Vella Fella. Until next time, guys, have a bloody good one. Heading on out with a bit of the old King Parrot. See ya.
Guys,
shout outs and acknowledgements. Well, first of all, we're here in Hobart at the Altar Bar in Tasmania. A special thanks to Tranquility Unknown for bringing us along for this tour. We'll be playing in Devonport again with them next week, and it's just gonna fucking go mental again. Special thanks to Tom Pinner for recording our songs, putting together our original music for release, and being a top cunt.
Yep, sweet.
Yep.
And big shout out to Matty Ryman for putting up with our shit at the fucking in the shed. Every night we fucking jam our shit.
Yep.
I'd like to shout out one person, fucking Maria.
Oh, fuck that.
Our Devonport icon.
Yeah,
She's
she's our
fucking
biggest fan.
supported our stuff all the way.
Fuck, bro.
Oh, Maria.
She knows who the fuck we are.
Sweet, guys.
That's tops.
So, if you're ever out there and looking for your own Maria, these guys know where to find her. We at the Thunder Down Under and Front Row Radio would like to acknowledge both the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people as the original custodians of this land. Aussie! 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 Fucking oi! 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 Cunts! Woo! Yeah! Fucking cunts! Woo! So Lucifer.
Thanks for having us, mate. We've loved it.
Pleasure, guys. Thanks for your time.
Front row.
Thanks for your time.
Radio.
Fuck
yeah.
Oh no.
Get it up here.
And we're on the Thunder Down Under.
Hey, you remember?
And again,
the fucking Thunder Down Under cards.
I guess you got the point. You've been listening to the Thunder Down Under, the All Aussie Alternative and Metal Music Showcase.